Well, looks like we're live. Maybe. We'll see how the software treats us. I don't expect many people to be on here. This is pretty darn early for a Friday. But fortunately, I went to work early, so I'm off early. Well, with the advent of Mike Pratt following this stream, he's going to build another Magnum. That's a good deal. He said he's kind of excited about building another Magnum. Make sure when you come on to hit the like button. Now, I did these skins yesterday, and one of the comments that I got last night was, he was floored when he saw me wipe off all the glue. Well, let me get this tape off here. That's why the title of this video is, Will It Stick? Of course it'll stick. I've done it a million times. You couldn't pry that stuff off with a jackhammer. And there's no glue on it. Like I told you in the beginning of that stream, nobody would believe there's no glue on it. Card it off, then wipe it off, and then put it in the cradle and weight it down. It will not come off. Good afternoon, Alan. Been thinking about this here. We're going to have to do some trickery to get this to work how I want it to work. So this is going to be not only is it going to be a foam stab, but it's going to be a kind of a built-up foam stab, because I got to put in the carbon. I also have to add some hinge blocks to it so I can use my hinges. Because once you use my hinges, you'll never go with them stupid plate hinges again. They are junk compared to mine. Okay, there's the skins. Let's trim them up. Wish I could find my good ruler. I know it's in this pile of crap here somewhere, but I'm just too damn lazy to clean up the crap. It's in there somewhere. Well, what are we going to do here? I guess we could use that meter stick. Or we got a 48 incher here. That's too long. Let's see here. You guys only knew what a pain in the butt it is to work in this. So we got a yardstick here. So, to the gentleman who asked the question, will it stick? Absolutely. You don't figure that I'm going to be on here giving you bad advice, do you? If I gave you bad advice, I'll lose all my credibility. Can't have that. Looks like I cracked the sheeting right there. We're looking, Mike Pratt was saying that his elevator stabilizer was 3.5 ounces. If I can't beat that by 1.5 ounces, I'm in trouble. 3.5 ounces is just too much. Most of my, you know, if you're not at 3 ounces, it's too heavy. 3 ounces is max. Okay. We'll hold off on, we'll sand them all together. These should be 1/4 ounce a piece, and this should weigh 1 ounce. So that's I mean, it ain't much. But we got, this is kind of a issue. Mike agreed with me that if you could find the light wood, that it would be better if this was wood than a composite like this. Stronger and lighter. Just got the other Magnum on eBay. We'll follow the steps. We're great. Well, I got this one at Brodax for a song and a dance. Biggest thing to do with your Magnum kit is look at the wood. If the wood's anything like mine, don't use it. Too heavy. Like I said, you can't build light airplanes with heavy wood, period. Now, Joe Daly was saying, well, I built a light airplane with heavy wood. No, he didn't. It's 62 ounces. That ain't light. If it was 52, then it'd be light. And you ain't gonna do it with 12-pound wood. Now there's not much airplane here. This is really a small airplane. And we got a hard spot there. Hard spot in the wood. Interesting. So we'll weigh these up and see what we got here. After we sand them square. Got to put leading edges on them, and I got to make a trailing edge, carbon fiber trailing edge with hinge blocks. So in order to do that, I was sitting on the couch before I come on thinking about this. How am I going to do it? I'm going to have to excavate the foam in here and then sand some 1/4 inch pieces to this taper to stick in there, which is not a big deal, just a pain in the butt. Now, everything about these are hand fitting. And one thing I didn't like about this particular setup is I'm going to have to eyeball fit it. I can't put it in the cradles because it's only one cradle. Okay, what do we got here? Peel that up. Okay, so we need the sanding paper. You want to make sure that this is, well, first off, it's straight. It's perfectly straight. You want to make sure that you sand the sheeting down to touch the foam, because you want everything to touch the foam. We're going to white glue that all together. Or Sig tight bond. And by the way, Mike, I'm not a big Brodak fan. I don't buy just Sig stuff. I don't buy just Brodak. I don't buy just hobby epoxy. I buy it all, whatever works. I mean, most of the stuff I use is real aircraft and regular cement, Bob Smith glues and things like that. This feels light, and it probably is light to most, but it'd be lighter if it was a solid piece of wood and I didn't have to have the glue on it. So now, oh, wait a minute. We need to sand this end square. I'm going to use the Zona saw for that because it's a little finer tooth than my back saw. When you're doing these here, make everything precise because it does matter. Fit and finish. That's the name of the game. We'll see what it weighs here. I'm happy Mike's going to build another Magnum. Okay. Hey, Jim. Oh, yeah, it's stuck. You couldn't get that stuff off there with a jackhammer. I got your envelope today, Jim. Thank you. I got another envelope today. 3 pieces of unobtainium. 16 4.5 rev-ups. When you guys say you can't find something or whatever, you ain't looking hard enough. Okay, we got one done here. Let's sand the top of it there. We want to use what? Turn on this light. This is probably a killer, but we'll see what happens. What does it weigh? That is the question. Feels light. So which lighter? Which is lighter, this or this? Feels like this. Feels like the foam piece is. It's a little bit less area than the solid piece. So let's see. Solid piece weighs 0.6. Let's do grams. Come on. 19 grams, but I'll sand that down. It'll be 10 grams. And this weighs 8 grams. So the foam, well, it doesn't have the leading edge on it. It's not quite as big. Not quite as big as this. Got like 3/8 of an inch at the root and 1/2 inch at the tip. This is 9. This, so it's, well, I wish I had another foam piece, to be honest with you, because this is lighter this time. But I'll guarantee you, if I hadn't wiped the glue off of it, this would be a turd. You cannot leave the glue on. Okay, let's make another one. Looking at this Sig Magnum wing, it's equal panels. I'm going to have to chop off 3/4 of an inch out of the outboard wing. And why do we do that? So we use less tip weight. I think the flaps are too big too, honestly. Might cut 1/4 inch off of them. Just because it's N30 doesn't mean I can't mod it. See how that's glued down there? That'll never come off. It's on there 100%. That's just for the gentleman that was wondering if it would stick. Because he said he was floored by me wiping the glue off. Like I said, you couldn't get that shit off with a jackhammer. Well, there's not enough to cut here, so we're going to have to sand. We're looking for 2.5 ounces with the horn and hinges. You guys got any questions? I mean, tonight, after I get off, because I don't have to work tomorrow, I'll edit up that video on the museum. And I also have footage of some of the flights on Saturday. I don't want to sand too much here because I still have to sand it into the trailing and leading edges. But I just want to clean up any of the bougars. I have located the engine I'm going to use. I got a Brian Gardner liner on the way. I acquired one of them. Okay, so that one was 8. What does this one weigh? And you ask, why am I asking that? Because the heavy one goes to the outboard side. This is 10. See, this is outboard. This is 10. Oh, wrong one. 10. 9. So, outboard. So, this is the outboard side. This is up. 1 gram difference. And you say, well, what difference does it make? Well, that's 1 gram less the tip weight I got to put in it. This was the engine that I had in my Junar, but I'm going to put a Brian Gardner head and a Brian Gardner liner in this motor with new bearings. This was my best engine at one time, but it's been sitting now. I have 2 other ones that are modified Brian Gardner, so we're going to go with this motor here. I got 4 or 5 more 60s up there, but that one there will be a killer. If I'd have been thinking, I would have put the Super Tiger 46 in it, but I like the 60s. Could have saved a couple ounces with a 46. Okay, now we need a piece of trailing edge. That ain't long enough. Let's see here. This is a 46-gram piece. The grain is kind of hokey, but I think this will probably do it. I'm going to lose a little wood in this because I got to cut. This is 3/4, but I'm going to cut this 1.5 inches wide, draw a straight line, put the carbon on it, glue this to this, and then cut the balsa wood after it's glued. And that will keep it stress free. Plus the carbon will be on there, so. Let's see if we can strip it without making it bow, because it's got a bow in it already. Well, that side doesn't. First, let's see what the weight of this is. If it's not 5 pounds, I can't use it. Let's see here. There, calculator. The grams is 46. Come on now. 46, 36, 4/4. Calculate. 4.87 pound wood. So that's a good piece of wood. The only thing is the grain goes kind of cattywampus, so we're going to have to cut it big to get it to go straight. So we'll cut it the width of the yardstick. Let's see what happens. Shit, I got too much crap off. Well, it didn't breathe. It didn't bow too bad, so that should stay straight. So now we have a 3-inch piece of quarter. And we'll need that for leading edges, so I better cut another piece here. Shit. It needs to be, I can strip that a 1/2 inch, I guess. Leave this out. Now I'm going to show you how to make a dead nut straight stabilizer. Man, that wood is straight. That's good. So we're going to half this. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't have to be exact. We're not building a watch. We're building off the straight line. We're not building off a measured line. So okay, there's our center line. Look down it and see if it's straight. Straight as the ruler, so. Now when I go to set these, I'll set that in the center there, that in the center there, this in the center here. We're gonna have to sand that a little bit. It didn't quite fit perfect. That's perfect though. Oh, come on. All this shit here, I can't find anything. I'm gonna have to clean it up. Keep saying that, never get around to doing it. This is my Kevlar thread here. Never pull this. It'll cut your finger off. You couldn't break that if your life depended on it. This spool come from a parachute rigger. This is what they use in the Navy to rig parachutes with. Sew parachutes. Okay, so need the scissors. Where are the scissors? There's another Super Tiger 60. There's that. Crap. Hang on, guys. I gotta dig for the scissors. There's another Super Tiger. What is this? 46 or a 60? This is a new 46. New in box 46. Another box 60. Where are the scissors? Damn. Pitch gauge. Don't need that. Come on. I got like 5 pairs of scissors and I never can find them. The place is a crap hole. Going good, Steve. Gary Sinclair going good. But I've got to find the scissors. Come on. Still haven't dug down to the bench. Banner wheels. Nope, 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 nope. Got about 10,000 forceps here, but no scissors. What the heck happened to the scissors? We're gonna need that. I apologize for being unorganized, but that's the way it is. You can throw this pamper shirt out. It's got big holes in it. Well, there they are, right in the drawer where they're supposed to be. Okay. So let's figure this out, how long a piece we need here. Except I'm going to cut the end off of this. No, better not. So it's got a end on it. We'll cut it right here. Oh, I want to take more than I have to. I think we're going to half span that and see. Fred, if I ever build a Magnum, oh good. I get that carbon fiber from Aerospace Composites. We'll use this piece in another spot, this other little piece here. I just don't want to have to sand on it. Come on. Got it cracked, crooked. It don't matter. It don't matter to me. Okay. Let's see. Can even be less than that. Okay. We'll make it less than that. Now with this piece glued on here, this stab will be like a rock and it weighs nothing. You want to save all these? I got some other carbon we're going to use in the spar maybe. This is high-tech carbon here. This is not quite as light as the other stuff. This is pretty beefy stuff here. This guy brought in a 4x8 sheet of this carbon layup stuff for me to shear at work. I said, hey, what are we going to do with the scraps? You want to throw them out? So you're going to throw them out? Shit, I'll take them. He said, take all you want. So I took them. Okay, where do I put the carbon? Well, I'm going to show you. Now that piece of carbon offers zero rigidity. See how it's... But once you glue this to the stick, to the balsa, you won't be able to bend it. So we need to get some 80 grit on here. This piece probably weighs 1 gram. Let's see how much it weighs. Whatever it is, it's well worth installing. Weighs 2 grams. So we'll add 2 grams plus glue. So we'll say 4 grams. Now this is not Vail, this is 15 thousandths unidirectional carbon. Yep. Aerospace Composites, I think it was 40 bucks for that sheet. And that sheet has lasted me 10 years, so, and I build a lot. You don't use it in every spot, you just use it where necessary. Okay, so you want to scuff it up real good. I'm going to get the wax paper back down because it'll be a mess if I don't. It'll be a mess. How'd you like to have to build in a little area like this? Okay. We'll look at it again. It breathed and it stayed straight, so we're good there. I'm going to glue this like so. And you want to use medium set CA to glue this down with. Fingers are sticking together. Come on now, get down on there. Damn. Okie dokie, we got it. So what that did is it makes this stick impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but makes it very difficult in the tension area to break. So when you give it up, the stab doesn't go fold up. And it basically costs nothing. As far as weight goes, it costs 2 grams. Okay. So does that answer your question, Eduardo, where I put the carbon? It's on the trailing edge inside the stab. So the stab gets glued on like so. I don't think I'm going to monkey with them blocks. I'll just take my chances. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just fill it full of white glue. Black carbon crap. Okay, so now I'm going to use tight bond, white glue, foam safe CA, whatever your choice of glue is. Now I do something here that a lot of people suggest I don't do, but in order for me to stick this down, I put a drop of CA on the sheeting to hold it. Probably eats a little bit of the foam inside, but it don't matter. I've been doing it that way for years and years and years. So we want to center that up there. We're going to center that up. Come on now, get on there. Where's my guy figuring out the glue bottle that doesn't plug up? We're going to need the kicker. The white glue kind of protects the foam, but we're just trying to glue the sheeting to just with a drop to hold it. Is that the correct way to do it? No, but I don't want to wait. See what it does. It eats just a little bit of the foam away. The CA is pretty tough, but as long as you don't use much, it's not a big deal. Doesn't look like it wants to stick today though. Okay. Okie dokie. We'll get some tape on that in a minute here. Okay, so now, where's my other piece? This is the top. So this, we gotta mark this. This is outboard. So gotta put the pen mark on the sheeting so I can see which is which. So it goes on like this. Yep, I had it right. It goes on just like that. Fill her up, a little white glue. Need that mark on the outside so I know which one's which. Damn. All those little tricks I'm showing you about 1 gram difference or whatever to the outboard size, it really does make a difference. Because my airplanes normally end up with about anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 ounce of tip weight, and that's it. Now, I could have used Z-Epoxy on this and it would have worked, but it took too long to dry, so we'll just go with the white glue. If you have some foam safe CA, that would probably do it too, but I don't, because I don't monkey with foam too often. Nope, this is bottom. This is bottom. See, normally when you do these, you got 2 cradles, one a right and a left cradle, but that's not how Sig did their business, so I kind of got to eyeball it. So, in order to make this work, we're going to tape it. And we've been on 1 hour already. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tape this. We'll end the stream. I'll come back at my normal time and finish it. It should be well set up within an hour. I can't do much with it as is. Boy, I really ate the foam away there. Oh well. Not like it has to be strong on the tip there. I guess we're going to the field tomorrow. I haven't talked to John, but I would imagine we don't have a whole lot of time left to practice. I did get, like I showed you, I got more propellers, so I'm not scared if I break a prop that I'm done. I'm hoping this is going to be about an ounce. That's where we need it to be, about an ounce. Now I got some fiberglass tape. I'll probably put a little 3/8 piece of fiberglass tape on that joint. Probably not necessary, because the way that I do my elevator stabilizer and wing and everything gusseted with superfill, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because that carbon is definitely a structural helping. I mean, that thing's, that's the shit right there. That's the load bearer, that carbon spar. So, where's this Zona? There's the Zona. Okay. Feels like it's more than an ounce. Of course, we got tape on there, but let's see what it weighs. 28 is an ounce. $41. Of course, we're going to lose some of this. Got to get her down to an ounce. 41 minus 28, that's 12. 13. Got to take 13 grams off of this. I hate composites. I wish this was a solid piece of wood. But when this is dry, you'll never be able to fold it. All right, I'm going to end the stream here. We're at an hour. I'll be back at 7. We'll trim this up, put the tips on it, sand these up, install some hinges or whatever, and see where we're going from there. The target weight of this is 2.5 ounces. 41. Let's see here. And that includes hinges and horn. Let's go mode. Oh, you dog. We're right there right now, so it might be a 3-ouncer, but definitely not a 3.5 ouncer. So we got to get some of that weight off of it. 2.5 as is. So we'll lose some of that, and that'll be compensate. It'll be close. It'll be close. All right, guys. We'll see you at 7. Fair winds, tight lines, all the good business. See ya.